catches a Superman punch right off the joint. Oh, we got action, baby.
We live.
We got action. Roman Reigns in the corner. He got the gear up. He about to break him in half. Oh, yeah. Yeah, here we go. Hit him with this. Nate Tamaloa with the one eye patch pulls my man's out.
Hey, you running? We everywhere yet?
Yeah. We everywhere. We live. You know what I'm saying? So it's lit. It's lit. Oh, and he left the joint in the ring. Oh, he left the joint in the
tribal chiefs.
Tribe. Oh, and Roman's got it in hand. Let's go. Oh, they're gonna jump him from behind.
Here we go.
Roman Reigns, you know what I'm saying?
Back. We live. We got to go live. What was happening?
And Tama handing it to my man's, handing it to Solo outside the ring. He gonna run up. He gonna try to tuck it like some anal beat. Nah, stop it. Tama Loa with the eye patch, the slick Rick joint. You know what I'm saying? He got Roman in the corner right now. It's looking crazy.
Shout out to Instagram. Shout out to YouTube. Shout out to Twitter. We are watching.
Catch him with a Superman punch
live, and Roman Reigns is back officially throwing hands.
It's a wild one. Yo, Solo walking down the ramp. He walking down the ramp with the loofah joint. In the comments, please correct me. I know it's not a loofah, but my energy broke Tama Loa in half. The Botch King is broken.
The Botch King.
The Botch King is broken. You know what I mean? OTC, baby. We up with it. I don't even know where Tama Tonga went. He dipped. OTC is what they chant. I was trying to hear it. Yeah, go get... Roman hasn't even said a word yet, bro.
It's called a Ula Fala. That's what it's called. The Ula Fala.
Woo! And he just put Tama Tonga through the barricade. And we out here. Roman going crazy. Let's take about the announce table, baby. Yo, what I almost called him Wayne Brady. What Wade Barrett just say? Roman Reigns is going into meltdown. Solo Sikoa done dipped and he got his chair. He beating down the Botch King. Tama Loa is getting beat to sleep, people. With that shit. Beat my man to oblivion.
At least we found something he good at.
Facts. Yo, and now Solo on the ramp with the loofah. With the, you know what I'm saying?
Fala.
Exactly. He got that and he just beating the dog shit with this chair. For every botch, he got a chair shot.
We ain't got that much time left in the show.
Oh, he about to get... He already took like 12, 15 shots. But that Roman is beating the shit out of this dude.
We are live, people. As the main
and they are going off air. Roman got the hands up. Exactly. Yeah, people going crazy. This is why they had to do what they had to do with Jacob Fatu.
They needed Roman Reigns back, and they got him back.
And they got him back. Lord Jesus, help the what do you call that now? Is that you can't call him the bloodline?
Hey, tonight there was target practice. Attitude Ever Podcast. We are live in your eye holes and your ear holes. That is King HP. I am the Archie Carter. We gotta go live through the main events now, just to get right into the show. And 2 words, HP. He's back.
He's back, and it is. You know what I'm saying? It is lit. It is super lit. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't said a word. He the strong, silent type.
Let's go.
HP was over there giving commentary like Marv Albert.
Roman Reigns is back, and
we back. Attitude
and
Ever
he
Podcast. We are live. Shout out to Instagram. Shout out to YouTube. Shout out to Twitter. Shout out to all of y'all. And if you're not subscribed to the YouTube, swing by, subscribe, hit the notification button. It's some fire on the way. We're going to get into it, but we got to get into this show. This SmackDown. Roman Reigns is back. But
oh
HP,
shit,
before we
that's
start,
not what I meant.
I want to say love and light to the family of the legend, the Taskmaster, the Booker Man,
Absolutely.
Kevin Sullivan. He passed away. He transitioned. Another legend, another man who scared me when I was a kid. So we want to say rest in peace and send love and light to the family, friends, and loved ones and fans of Kevin Sullivan. Now we got to talk.
We're gonna keep that up there. Boom.
Roman Reigns is back. Look at this guy.
He is back. You know what I'm saying? So now that we know Roman Reigns is back, and now not only is he back, he is out for blood. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no other tribal chief. I mean, even the letters on the screen say OTC. And that means original tribal chief. Or maybe it means only tribal chief.
We don't know. What we do know, this is Attitude Ever Podcast, and we are live. We about to get into it.
Yo, the show started off.
Where do we start tonight, HP?
We can start from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? The beginning, we got Cody Rhodes in the ring, and he wants to make it like an announcement / like.
I was sitting on TikTok, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sitting on TikTok. DNA, shout out to our podcast chief. DNA said he wants me to do reactions while wrestling shows are live, right?
Bet.
I watched the Cody Rhodes opening of the show and I had no reaction. So DNA, that's why there's no reaction tonight, because it was no reaction. And I tried.
He is a wild boy.
I tried my best to give a reaction, and I put in the group chat earlier that KO was going to be his next opponent.
You did say that. 100% you did say that.
And look how we got this. Like, Ice Cold Cody Rhodes is still Ice Cold Cody Rhodes.
Now, let me ask you a question. Whose fault is that? Is it Cody's fault?
I'm starting to turn a little bit, and it's not all his fault. Again, the Roman step up is a big step up, and it's also kind of a step down because nobody can match Roman's energy and everything that he brought. So I don't like how the Kevin Owens match came about. Cody got in the ring. He was talking. Kevin, you deserve it. You're my friend. I want to fight you. Just because. KO said, no, I don't deserve it. You earn title shots. I've not earned it. He did something that I haven't seen somebody do in a while. He said, look at my record.
I haven't heard, you're right. I haven't heard nobody say that in for
He said, look at my record. I don't deserve it. And Cody was like, nope, you're doing it anyway. First of all, Cody Rhodes, you need consent. You can't just be taking it out here. So we getting Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes at Bash in Berlin.
Bash in Berlin. Make sure you say it right, because I was messing it up. I think I put it in the joint wrong too. Bash in Berlin. I was saying Bash at Berlin.
Bash in Berlin. We got Cody Rhodes and Damian Priest. Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. And then we just saw the Bloodline get beat down, but Solo Sikoa made an appearance in this too. Now he popped out.
And I don't know if I disagree with him. He came out to say, basically, I'm owed a title shot. You know what I'm saying? Basic on, he said, Roman interfered, and that's what caused his loss. Cody got mad about that. And then your man,
he's not wrong.
And it was
peace.
It was very interesting to see that Cody feeling like KO should get a shot, KO not feeling like he should get a shot.
KO didn't want it.
He didn't want it.
He was throwing it at him. He didn't want it.
That's wild. That's wild. Because how you not want a title shot? What else you doing? Your tag team partner just went to Raw and talked about
because he know if he win that title shot, I would be calling him Ice Cold Kevin Owens. That's not the heater you need. I don't even know what could heat Cody up.
So this is where I think it is on the book.
You the booker. Rest in peace again to Kevin Sullivan. He was a booker. How would you book Cody Rhodes real quick? And I want you to make Kevin Sullivan proud.
The problem as of right now, this very moment, is they've messed up for the last month and a half leading up. This is where Raw has advantages. Raw has about 3 guys you can pick right now to throw in the world title picture, and no one's going to complain. Damian Priest could get a rematch if he wanted to. You set up Randy Orton way back at King of the Ring for him to say, wait a second. You know what I'm saying? What got you here, you didn't really beat me. I kicked out. That was a referee blooper. Finn Balor is slowly asserting himself into that picture. Damian Priest with a big win can also lay claim to say, look, I just got a big win over CM Punk at SummerSlam. I'm a winner. So they got about 3 or 4 guys. And then Seth Rollins clearly, right, could say, hey, Damian Priest, there was a botch in my match. X, Y, and Z happened. He could come back. The newest thing they did, Bronson Reed. They brought Bronson Reed up and beat the brakes off Seth. So on Raw, they got a lot going on that makes people in the line for a picture.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of a superstar sports team when they have the one superstar and not a lot of pieces around them. So you know this one guy is good, but they just can't win because the rest of the team. But then you have this team with a bunch of role players and people in positions that are good at what they're at, and that team wins. Kind of like when the Detroit Pistons won that championship. That was not supposed to happen, but they had a bunch of people in positions to where it was good enough and it was a good product and they won a championship. So Cody's in a tough spot. Cody is in a tough spot being champion right now on SmackDown.
I think if anyone, I mean, here's the problem too. LA Knight got a big win. He beat a guy who just got a title shot, Logan Paul. But you don't want to do that with the U.S. title. They set the U.S. title up good because we have Andrade, Carmelo, Santos Escobar, right? They were working the mid-card guys. I don't see anybody on SmackDown right now that is in line for a shot. Like, I'm trying to think who has done well the last 2 months from SmackDown side of the house. They've been getting chance of boring. They've been bringing NXT guys over to SmackDown. All of a sudden they brought out Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews.
And Randy went to Raw.
And he was in a tag team picture with KO before that. So it's like, my guys, what are y'all doing?
That's why I call him Ice Cold Cody Rhodes. I think he's more like room temperature because it's not all his fault. So I don't know. Yeah, he needs to. Yeah.
Yo, you know what's funny? We got over 100 people in here, and I said on the other day, if we get over 100 people, I'm gonna let you know what I'm trying to do. So we definitely got, we still growing, and we just getting started. But I'll probably say it at the end. But I'm not gonna forget because it definitely has something to do with this comment right here. So I definitely wanted to put that up there.
So we open with Cody and Kevin and Solo, and we got the match booked for Bash in Berlin.
Bash in Berlin.
Well, we don't know but we know he gonna be there. And then Solo said he gonna look for Roman. So that's how the show starts. We know how it ended. We came on live while it was going on, but we got to start from the end to the front, from the rooter to the tutor. You hear me? So after that, HP, what did we have? Or you got something to say?
Well, I do. One thing, we do talk about cold Cody, but do you think his matches are cold? Because I actually are AJ Styles match 1 and 2, Logan Paul match. And we'll just kind of singles match.
We say that promo and mic skills mean more, not mean more, but they're as equally a little more important, I would say, these days than ring skills. Cody's matchups and Cody's mic ring does not make me want to watch him.
Damn.
Cody doesn't sell me on his matches.
That's it. Okay. If you feel like that, okay, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Because Cody can wrestle. Again, I say anybody that takes a bump and makes a career out of wrestling, salute to you. It's all respect there. But Cody, like, I don't want to watch CM Punk wrestle, but he makes me want to watch him wrestle. And his counterparts, Drew McIntyre, makes me interested in the matches. Here we have the champion telling the man, here's a title shot. He don't want it. Does that make me want to watch that match?
I've never seen a guy reject.
But does that make you want to watch it? KO said, I don't want it. Cody said, you're going to get it.
No. God's honest truth, no. And that's unfortunate because
he doesn't sell me on. He's not a good salesman. That's all. So, but he can wrestle. I mean, you know.
I'm with you. Damn. So now we move on.
I know I'm hard on Cody Rhodes, but here the Archie Carter, am cold on Cody Rhodes now, but it wasn't always that way. See what I'm saying?
My man's got the joint.
I got Cody Rhodes on my wall. I got merch. I see him. He watches me sleep at night, people. So it's not that I'm not a fan of Cody Rhodes. I'm just not a fan of him selling me on matches because he doesn't do it that well. So, So after that, what we had, HP?
Then we get into some tag team action with some groups. We got the A-Town Down Under, and then we get the Street Profits.
Tag team back again. But Montez Ford was chef's kiss, bro.
I think you got too many tag teams on SmackDown now. I'm thinking about it.
There's a lot.
You got to start breaking some of these motherfuckers up. Break up Montez, or you can keep them and they're dominant, because that would be a good feud for the Bloodline with Jacob Fatu, not with Tamaloa. You can't have a botch.
Montez, that'd be a good matchup.
That'd be good. I would that should be on a pay-per-view somewhere, or PLE or whatever you want to call them motherfuckers. But I think that works. I think that really works very easily too, because
they need to split up A-Town Down Under, because Austin Theory was doing well by himself. So was Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller, the Waller effect, they were doing just as well solo as they are in a tag. I think it's a waste. It's a waste of putting two young, talented guys together unless you're really gonna push them and have them work in the titles in the title scene, which they really did it. They made it I was happy when they won the titles, because I said, yo, we got two heels that you want to punch in the face, and they gonna heal it up. And they lost to Awesome Truth. They lost to DIY, whoever they lost.
They lost to Awesome Truth that's how they lost the titles to Awesome Truth, and then Awesome Truth lost it to DIY. No, Awesome Truth lost it to who the hell?
There's somebody in between there. So
yeah.
Either way, I think Grayson Waller and Austin Theory should be solo. Maybe they start a little faction of just hanging with each other, a little group, but still do solo work, because Theory, you know how people say the downfall of such and such needs to be studied. Theory has been back and forth for a while, because he was hot in NXT. He was part of the way in NXT. He came up. He had a match with John Cena. You know,
that match with John Cena is crazy too, because a lot now it's like, I think this is the new thing. If you have a match with John Cena at WrestleMania, your stock goes down.
So he got the reverse rub.
You got the reverse rub. You get a match with John. If you get a match with the Peacemaker, you might as well make peace with your career, bro. I mean, Solo's now getting back up, but remember, he lost. They was doing on social media. He lost like 35 matches straight.
So match. What do you think of the match, though? Street Profits and A-Town Down.
I wasn't too excited about it. I thought it was good though. I thought Montez Ford showed out and did good, and they had good spots. I thought Austin Theory had some good little joints, through the rope flip roll, and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, he can. Austin Theory can wrestle. So
yeah, so I wasn't excited for the match. We got the match. I thought it was a good match, and the tag teams need to heat up. They need to go on. I mean, you have enough of them on SmackDown. SmackDown feels like the tag team, but you don't have no. That's the problem. See, on Raw, you don't have as many tag teams. This shit all mixed up. It's like SmackDown is completely dependent on the Bloodline. After that, hey man, we got to play. they in the back playing rock, paper, scissors, shoot for who gets a world title shot at Cody. And the winner tried to cheat and say he lost. That's wild. I ain't win this. Hey, I don't want this shit. When he found out Roman was gonna get a title shot, then all of a sudden he was like, all right, I'll take it. So I don't know. I don't know what SmackDown's got to do, but I guess maybe this is gearing up for Netflix, so they already feel in place.
Yeah, but that's not till January.
Right. That's a ways away.
So after the A-Town Down Under Street Profits match, what we had, HP?
We had a little bit of promo from what was her name? Tiffany Stratton. Just modeling the Money in the Bank,
Tiffy
time. I'm not I'm not really sold on her right now. I just wish that she would get some more action in the ring where I can get excited. And then this storyline with Nia Jax, I don't know, is gonna like that cash in's gotta come. So
that was confusing to me. So I'm just gonna wait and see because we all know I'm Team Tiffy. It's always Tiffy time over here. So I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work out.
Miss Awesome Saucy talking spicy. Yes, if you go back and watch the tag team championships, the one specifically that Tamaloa had, the Botch King, still said DIY on it.
He even botched holding the titles? Oh man.
They probably both. I know for a fact I seen it because I was watching this when I was all geeked up right before we came on. And I was like, I know that shit don't say no goddamn. I mean, I can clearly see it says DIY. So either those belts are going right back to DIY or that's some real lazy shit. Another thing, I don't like the plates, bro. Take them shits off. Like, you want to personalize a belt, do what Stone Cold did. You know what I mean? Where it's the smoking skull, the Brahma Bull joint, but ain't nobody.
Or just have a nameplate on the front. Like, just screw
like the big world heavyweight title was a name. Well, they do got nameplates, but now it's their logo.
Logo too
I see
big.
what you're saying, bro. The nameplate would be iller, like just your name. But I don't like it. Like it's whack because it sets people up that it's got to be these long reigns. Every reign ain't got to be long, bro. People like he just won the belt. I don't see him, man. He could. Kane is a legend, and he dropped the belt 24 hours later.
I'm a legend, and I never won the belt.
When is Charlotte coming back? We don't know, bro.
If I see Ric Flair rolling around Charlotte, North Carolina, I ask him. So after Tiffy did a little promo, what we had, HP?
So then we get hot tag strength spot in a singles match against one half of Island Dawn and Alba Fire, and it's Jade Cargill. And really, they did this to bring back Naomi, and they did this. Oh man, Davenport.
I called it.
Davenport. I forgot her first name though.
Blair.
Thank you, Jesus. Whoo, you ain't want to know what I was. Yo, that shit was about to be all fucked up. But Blair Davenport interferes. I thought the match was okay. I do like Jade's strength spots. I like to see her do more singles. What are we doing with her and Bianca though? Bianca comes out with her.
Nothing from nothing, leave nothing. You gotta have something if you want to be with me. I don't know what they're doing with Bianca, but it's definitely slowing her down. But then again, I don't know what would you be possibly doing with Bianca anyway right now. That's the thing. If she wasn't with Jade and Naomi, what would she be doing?
I think
she would be chasing Nia.
I guess so. Or you could put her in a little feud to sidetrack her. You know what I'm saying? I think that works too. You can do that with a lot of people. Sidetrack them with like how Bronson Reed just came out for Seth. Now Seth's off of TV for a little bit. When he comes back, he's gonna have to deal with that problem. And by then, Bronson Reed will have more victories under his belt, so he'll look like comparable opposition to Seth. You know what I'm saying? You could do that for some of these people. But again, they're so tag team heavy on SmackDown.
Japan is dying. Man, y'all be killing me all.
Oh, man. You know what? I thought y'all left that on what was that? Wednesday night?
It's Tuesday all night? Good. Shout out to our people in the chat, man. They've been hitting me all week. So we got that. Then what happened?
I need to know who he talking about. Is they can tell any story either way, Bianca. She's still the best woman on SmackDown. Yo, you talking about Bianca? 100% agree with the statement, but that's my point. She's kind of like Roman. I guess she doesn't need a title, but we don't need her in the tag team pictures because I feel like she's being held back. She should be chasing, or she could give that Damian Priest, Seth Rollins, you know what I'm saying? You that ultimatum. You beat me, fine, cool, whatever. But if I beat you, you never
If
get a
she's
shot.
attached to Jade, I wouldn't mind seeing her being like not necessarily a manager, but like a motivator. Kind of how Gable was with Alpha Academy. Just kind of pushing her, saying, you got to do this, you got to do this.
So
Kind
should
of.
the tag team be Naomi and Bianca? I mean, Naomi and Jay then? Because Naomi ain't really doing nothing. She's a single. She could be going for a world title.
I don't know
But
why they
she's
want
not.
Naomi back, to be honest. Naomi was cooking doing her own thing. She was winning titles. She was a champion. She come back here. They teamed her with Cargill Belair, and they moved her from that. Now it's like they're putting her back. It's just like she's in limbo. So I don't know.
I agree. Mr. Awesome. So I gotta go back to Devin's comment, but Devin basically was saying, his injury is acute. Roman separate. Yeah, you got to separate Jacob and Roman. Triple H
I'm
says,
hearing that's what the injury was, and Cody even mentioned the injury tonight.
yeah, I do.
He
I
said, you
do
got
think
Jacob Fatu hurt.
yes, and I think that's to sell two things. One, that you need Jacob Fatu, which I think we all can see, and two, that Jacob's hurt. Whether he is or isn't, we're gonna sell that because Roman is on fire. We don't need anything
Bro,
to
I
slow
broke my
Roman down.
toe today, and I didn't jump off of the top rope and slam my shin on the table. Jacob Fatu got to be hurt.
I won't put it past them because them shits, wrestlers get injured. So, I don't know how old Jacob is, but that's a long fall. Even if it's you try to make arrangements, brace yourself, and all that stuff.
This is a bad angle in a wrestling match, and you could easily be Sid Vicious.
Oh,
A bad angle, stepping out of a ring. Sami Zayn on his debut in the main roster dislocated his shoulder coming to the ring. So
you remember when Vince tore both his quads?
Shane did a leapfrog, and Snoop Dogg had to come to the rescue. So, but after that, what we had, HP?
What did I just say? What happened? Oh, we had Jade and so then we get the DIY joint. No, I'm lying to you. I said the DIY joint already. Then we get Pretty Deadly, and they take on DIY, which I think is a little strange. And Wade Barrett kind of made some clarification for it because he was like, maybe they didn't have the tag because it's a number one contenders match, right? So Street Profits won theirs, and well, long story short, DIY wins, right? Against Pretty Deadly. So now it'll be DIY versus Street Profits. But I'm like, what? They just lost it. Why don't they get a
shouldn't have
rematch?
to be in this match.
Right. But now what Wade Barrett tried to say was they didn't have the titles long enough. Like they just won them, and then as soon as they won them, they lost them. So therefore, they got to compete for them.
That's bullshit.
I agree, but I think it's at least someone tried to give some clarity.
Yeah, but you know that's bullshit. That totally negates Solo Sikoa's argument at the beginning of the show. Then whatever.
When you say it like that, that's funny. Like that's like when I used to take these advancement examinations.
Do rematch clauses not exist anymore? I don't believe so, and that's been my argument with Trick Williams down in NXT.
And also, Kevin Owens used that term today. He said we haven't been following the rematch clauses because he even said it. He said I didn't get my rematch when I lost my Universal Championship. So wrestlers saying these things that we think on live TV and stuff like that, whether it's scripted or not, I don't care, but it's just the reality. I love this level of storytelling.
But then a commentator trying to clean it up, kind of like it's weird. So DIY right. and Street Profits have a match at some point coming up. Then what we had after that, HP?
Then we kind of went right into this. We kind of went right into the
return.
of Roman Reigns.
Roman freaking Reigns.
And I think that, you know, my question
What
is,
I
when
want
do
to see
y'all
Roman do, and this is all I want to see him do, and I think it'd be really cool, is if for this moment in time, while he's on a hunt, he's clearly the hunter right now,
clearly?
and he should go back to like the old Shield intro and ring gear just for this. Not even the music, Sierra Hotel, not that. I'm talking about the entrance coming through the crowd
Okay.
in the gear. Because if he coming through the crowd, he's showing he's with the people, and if he's in that gear, showing he ready for war. I would love to see that.
I think I would like to see that too, especially as last time we saw the final boss, he had the People's Championship that was bestowed upon him from the wife of or widow of Muhammad Ali, right? So eventually you start to say that where that becomes, because eventually you're working to that. We know that because they were saying it for years. We almost had it this year at WrestleMania. So obviously the next goal is, well, we should probably give it to him next year because people wanted it. Even though there was the Cody Crybaby, that was the bigger community. There was still a very large community of people that wanted to see Rock and Roman and weren't going to be mad at that match. So it's just the Cody Roman thing trumped it because people just felt like that's kind of jacked up. And this man did what he's supposed to do. He won the Royal Rumble. I think
We gonna see, but he showed up and he showed out. I think that the return should have been a little bigger, but I think it was maybe a little. It was getting long in the tooth, and we needed it. But I think Roman should have come back and be like a man, really of the people, and talk to the people. My bad, y'all. I was bugging. Ultimate power corrupts ultimately. I was tripping, but I'm with y'all. Y'all don't like them. I don't like them. You know what I'm saying?
I'm thinking Roman is not going to be a babyface.
Yeah,
So I
he
don't
could
think he's
still
gonna
be
do it.
a tweener or like I say anti-hero.
He could be an anti-hero, but
We've
he could
never
be.
seen an anti-hero like Roman. We've seen the CM Punk anti-hero. We've seen the Stone Cold anti-hero. CM Punk was kind of against society, straight edge society. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I'm this. Stone Cold was the just, I'm just here to, I'm radical, like, but we've never seen a anti-hero like Roman Reigns, I don't believe, with the move set. And Roman is a slow, deliberate person and wrestler. So it'll be an interesting thing to see.
Chat. Would you rather see Roman go back to parts of the old
Here's the thing
Shield?
though, as an anti-hero, who does his talking? Does he speak for himself? Does he not speak at all? Because he didn't say nothing tonight. He was talking with these. You heard me? Or does Heyman come back? And
I think Heyman comes back because when they were bad, Heyman was there. He's gonna be good. Heyman's gonna be there. Like as an anti-hero, Heyman works regardless because Brock Lesnar was booed and cheered all through the time. Like Heyman knows how to play it, and he's on the same love affair with the fans as Roman because he got last we saw him, the Bloodline was bullying him
they put him
bad,
to a table.
bad. So
They
Roman
put
can't.
him to a table. Yeah, that was bad. They try to take my man's out. You heard me? So SmackDown, solid show, better than it's been. But again, Cody Rhodes can't be opening like that, bro.
It was very
It's lackluster. You supposed to be blockbuster, not lackluster.
Dave Roman as is Paul be back too.
I think Roman just coming out. We had the T-shirt said wreck it and leave. Come show up, wreck shit and leave. So
I like that. I think that's what he should go back. Very Punisher style. Like, Punisher was that he gonna kill everything. He gonna do good. There's gonna be a lot of bodies on the ground.
that's what I said about when Jericho made that return. He showed up for like 3 or 4 weeks, didn't say a word.
Mm,
Did not say
mm.
a single word and was so over in what he was doing. So the Jericho, but Roman already got into action. He has to speak next week.
I think you could go. I think you could go with Roman not speaking for a little bit. just for a little bit, not too long. Maybe next week might be the last week. If he just coming in and he keeps trying to kick ass, and they jump him, or because next week they should probably jump him, or if not,
I think Roman should show up and start causing the bloodline matches. They'll lose their titles. Solo start losing matches. Then Roman is like, I lost everything because of y'all. Now y'all gonna lose everything because of me. And slowly start picking them off one by one. That's what I thought Randy Orton was coming back to do. I thought he was gonna come back and pick the bloodline off one by one. But it never happened. Pick them off one by one until you get to Roman. And it never happened.
Shout out to Vern Veto on Instagram. Yeah, we hear you. We definitely talking. You know what I'm saying? Definitely talking. I think I think because Randy said a promo to the Bloodline too when he first came back, and it's just like he's the Craig Hodges.
You forgot he was even part of that.
Yeah, he done went to Raw to get some shine because he was.
Even his return was muddy because him and CM Punk returned at the same night.
And then he just kind of got tossed to the back. Like I would like to
I'm
see.
already telling y'all, Bash in Berlin, Kevin Owens is not winning and Randy Orton is not winning either. Like,
right.
That's not like that's the writing's on the wall.
A waste of a pay-per-view main events. Doesn't feel like
he's been doing a lot of international shows lately too. They've been back and forth overseas a lot. They just finished the tour of Japan.
Yeah, you know why? Because they're going to Netflix. Like we could talk about America. 80% of the globe has access to Netflix. So let me put it in perspective. Peacock has 8 million subscribers. Right? That is less people.
The Peacock make?
There's less people that have Peacock than have the Get Rich or Die Trying album. Put that in perspective. Right? So when you see
what you talking about, HP?
There are 8 million Peacock subscribers. There are 10 million Get Rich or Die Trying albums sold. So when you think of the comparison of people around the planet that have access to see the WWE, everybody you know with a Get Rich or Die Trying album, that's the amount of people who have access to pay-per-view. When they go to Netflix, they got to introduce this everywhere.
I don't think they have to introduce it because if you're booking a show somewhere, wouldn't you have an audience there already? Because these shows aren't empty.
Yes, no, you got to break. So yes and no. When you're doing the shows there, right? Especially now, you got to reintroduce these people to these people. You know what I mean? So we're doing a show in Japan. Hey, y'all, and you know, boom, they're like, oh, they're coming back. They were just in not Poland.
I don't know because if you have Netflix, you have it already. I don't think it's going to see.
But now you want people to be excited because think about this. You've been to a WWE live show, right? And you've seen how you've heard people go, oh, that's my first one. And they're so excited. That's what you're trying to tap into. Because the people you got are the people you got. You know what I'm saying? But you want people to be like, oh, tell their friends. And
I used to feel that way until I realized I had to park and walk and climb stairs.
And then, like you said, they're going around the world so much more now. Like a lot.
They're traveling. A lot. I think the WWE has. It's like when a company like Coke, right? People are drinking so much Coke, we need to give them another variation of it. Let's make cherry Coke. I think the WWE is making cherry Coke by working with TNA. I think WWE is making cherry Coke by doing these international trips because I think we've reached our reach. We got to do something else to reach elsewhere. And I think that's the cherry Coke. That's the TNA. That's the letting AJ go wrestle in New Japan while still under contract. That's mentioning other companies. It's some benefit there. I just don't know what it is. And they know. They work for WWE. I've applied for several jobs. I've not gotten one, but it's always hope.
Hey, keep on applying, bro. The worst they can do is say no. That's the worst they can do. And I'm be honest too, like that.
Why did they tell us about Bad Blood so early?
I think they're plotting that like a major pay-per-view because I don't know.
Because Cody's from Atlanta. It's gonna be I think that's enough time for Roman to cook and it to really turn up in Atlanta for Bad Blood.
It's funny you say that. So Bash in Berlin is this month. It's August 31st or August 30th, one of the two dates. So we still have to go through a September PLE. And then they've already marketed Bad Blood. Why? You're right. Why? Why? It's not like Survivor Series. Survivor Series is a major, is one of the original 4 pay-per-views. That's one of their big ones. Royal Rumble.
Yeah, Bad Blood is
WrestleMania and Survivor
like a
Series.
throwback. One of the ones that's in the vault.
And it's early in the month of October, too. It's not like it's right
cooking.
around how.
My man was cooking.
Yo, he was doing it big.
Good night. They saved Solo.
They saved him big time. You know what I'm saying? And I think with that being said, too, Solo, you might as well just give us that match ASAP.
Give it to us and get on. I don't want them to drag this.
Oh, they're
like
about.
I say Roman picks off a member of the bloodline every week till he runs, and then Solo's like until he runs into that Jacob Fatu wall, right? And that should be a stipulation on that. You get through Jacob, I give you your match.
I think they're gonna do it the opposite way. I think they're gonna feed Solo to him first because there's less money to be made. I think they know what they have with Jacob. Like, for instance, there was a press conference where Triple H spent 5 minutes talking about Jacob Fatu. I don't never remember him talking about Solo. You know what I'm saying? Like, and one of the things he said about Jacob was he's an entirely different animal. Like, this,
he might not even know Solo Sikoa worked there.
He might. I'm just saying, like, Solo's dope, right? He reminds me of the Taz thing. Remember when John Cena told him we were a Taz ripoff and stuff? But the problem is, it's not even a problem. You're cool. It's just Jacob is what it is. Like, Jacob is.
This is a battle rap podcast too, and that's my theory about Sue Surf. Free to wave. When you stand next to certain people, you gotta look like you belong there with that person. A lot of people can't stand next to Sue Surf. They lose the eye test. And even if you have a subpar, a good performance, some people can win with a decent performance and passing the eye test. Sue Surf looks like a star. And he has the crowd.
Yeah, but his style is so not his style.
No, I'm talking about the visual. I'm not talking about.
No, I get you. So what you're trying to say is because some people can't stand next to Surf. They're like,
Solo can't stand next to Roman.
But he can stand next to Mr. Wavy. Mr. Wavy is like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, even his name
Solo
is
can't. It's a lot of people Solo can't stand next to. Even Cody. That's my thing with Cody. When Cody was in the ring with Seth and CM Punk, Seth was the star. And he was the referee.
Are you talking about Drew?
Drew, yeah. People were cheering for Seth Rollins. So I don't know. It's this thing on the internet saying Solo Sikoa has no aura. It's like
I've seen that.
I don't know. I don't know.
Mr. Wavy's a battle rap dude. You just go back, watch.
Quick reference. It ain't me.
Quick reference. You can go get Mr. Wavy versus Briz Rothstein. That's the first one to pop.
Yeah, it's just some people you can't stand next to.
He's the great value.
Like Cat Williams said, the Chrysler 300 looked like a Bentley till a Bentley pull up next to it.
But I think it's good.
The difference.
I think it's good for Solo to stand next to somebody. Roman.
I think Solo was in a weird spot because one, he came up from NXT. He was doing the whole street champ thing. He went from enforcer, barefoot, barely talking with shorts to a man in a suit.
I think we're gonna find out that suit was all a ploy from the.
The transition was a little weird. You keep saying the Rock is behind this.
The thing on your helmet, bro. I'm trying not to put that many on here tonight, but I gotta put this one on. They on your helmet.
Hey.
They like
my hair used to grow this way, and I just grow out this way. But thank God I could grow a beard because I would be looking like a pinky toe without it.
Not the pinky toe. It's only like 4 people that can stand next to Surf and match star power, but nobody can stand next to Roman and match his star power other than The Rock. I disagree with you.
Who can stand next to Roman and match his star power?
I think there's very few. I do agree with Zell.
No, name them. Who can
I
stand?
am. Right now, Brock Lesnar comes back. We've seen that he can do it. They've had multiple
It
WrestleMania
ain't gonna be
matches,
Brock.
but
We talking
Brock
about active right now in the ring.
active
Brock
right
ain't.
now. There's probably two, and that's CM Punk, who is not as over as Roman, but he's close. He's up there. Every arena they are chanting his name. He's always been since he got back to the company. His merch is top tier and top selling.
And who else?
And the other guy is Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins been an MVP WWE for months now, probably last
Yeah,
year. Going into WrestleMania,
and
through
and
WrestleMania.
and to be honest with you, Seth Rollins always has a storyline with Roman from the moment they can do it.
Who's the most over men superstars right now in WWE? Who's the top 5 right now?
Top 5 is Roman, Seth, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, and probably Cody. I'm not gonna say it's that
I
order.
don't
Definitely
disagree
Roman
with
won
that.
though. Definitely Roman won. And after that, you can put him in any order you
Roman
want.
1A and 1B because he's going to Netflix. What happens to SmackDown when Roman Reigns goes to Netflix?
They give him Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa. Remember what Solo Sikoa said like last week? He's like, "You don't deserve Roman." He gonna say that shit. He gonna say that shit after that Netflix deal, and they
So when
are
y'all
going to
hop in
lose
y'all
their
Ubers
mind.
and y'all see Solo Sikoa driving, don't ask no questions. Just tip them good. 5-star.
Hold up, where was that? Hold up, man. Hell no, we said match, not almost match. I mean, I'm gonna do this. Seth Rollins was picked to do a Marvel movie. He was picked to be in Captain America 4.
Is
CM
he?
Punk, yeah, but I think he got cut out because they brought in Gian Esposito. I always fuck his name.
Giancarlo, man.
Thank you. Gee, I was fucking that shit up.
Anything that man's been in, he's been excellent.
Yes, and he's going to be the head of the Serpent Society.
I actually got to do GalaxyCon with him last year. You know what I'm saying?
That's fine. He's a
check the
tremendous actor.
resume, baby. I'm out here in these anime and convention streets. Speaking of, next week I'll be in Oxford, Mississippi at Nirvana. So anybody in Oxford, Mississippi or around Oxford, Mississippi, I'll be at Nirvana for 2 days. You heard me.
That's fire. But as far as they'll matching star power, Roman is the premier. That's why he's got a $15 million a year contract, and the next guys are at 10.
15 million?
Roman is the needle mover. But I will say this: Seth is close. Seth has the best storylines for Roman. Period. And that you can do. You can just pull a trigger on that at any time.
I think because Seth Rollins is willing to play whatever the position he's in, and he's going to do it. Like he's going to put himself into it. Because he's had several variations over the past few years, and Seth Rollins is solidified, bro.
I'm gonna pull one of these Instagram comments. Polo Ride 24. Shout outs to you. He says Roman, Seth, Cody, Sammy, and Jey Uso. And talking Miss Awesome Saucy talking spicy had also said Jey Uso.
Where is Jey Uso?
He's over there getting freaky, trying to get freaky with Rhea, but then that fell through because Rhea got shit to worry about, and all of a sudden, my man just disappeared. Like your storyline just poof.
They're bringing the Usos back together. That's probably why. But Jey Uso was on a dummy mission, and I agree with the statements Rikishi made, and I disagree with the statements Rikishi made. But if they were going to give Jey Uso this big run, he was so over, bro. They should have put some gold on him.
I agree with you there. I mean, they finally did it to LA Knight, so thank God they got one of them because between the two of them, they should have been on each show. One should have been on each show, and they should have been the mid-tier champs for each show.
Or they could have let J-Rock and him in LA have a little thing, and then he's like, yo, I got to go take care of family business. Lose the title. I got to go take care of family business, but I'm coming back for that, Uso. And just let him ride out to the sunset. But Jey Uso should have got
been fucking fire. Are you sure you don't be booking?
I tried to get a job. They don't want to hire me, but whatever.
Yeah. They did. I mean, they previewed that at that ladder match they had back at
that entrance he had overseas in Scotland.
Scotland, that's where they
were. Bro, he was sometimes you got to pull the trigger and deviate from the plan. I think, and I don't think anybody would have been mad at Jey Uso even having a short solo run. I think he just needed a solo run. So
I agree with you.
Is Sammy as over as he was with the bloodline? I don't know.
Fuck no.
No, we meant
He's still
standing
over
next.
though.
Yeah, Sammy can't stand next to Roman.
No, he's still over though, but not like when he was at the. Remember they put him in the ring with Roman, and he looked like he belonged there because at that time
He
I
belongs.
mean we wanted that shit. And shout out to them for not letting because let the fans tell it. Sammy needs to win this. Sammy deserves it. Sammy this and Sammy that, and Sammy would have suffered a worser fate than what people say about Cody Rhodes now.
I think we just love to see the underdog. I don't think we ever viewed Cody really as the underdog.
Cody needs to. They should have did to Cody what they did with Bronson Reed and Seth. Someone needs to come out there and beat the dog shit out of Cody. So you go, oh shit, and now you
But
go.
Cody, they could have when Cody Rhodes took off his jacket. Was at WrestleMania or one of the early pay-per-views he returned, and he had that pec torn. That should have been something tied into his character some kind of way. I always said that would have been a dope T-shirt. Just the outline of that pec injury and the tattoo. That was the time you could have really put it on. But this was before the bloodline stuff. So I don't know. They should have leaned into that a little more, and gave him a different nickname because the American Nightmare thing I don't think really fits what he's doing right now.
You know, it's funny. He did a thing with the boys, and I'm reading this comment. Polo Ride 24. Shout out to you. Cody needs to become Homelander from the boys. Evil Cody is what we need. I 100% agree, and that would put Cody over.
I don't even think he needs to be evil. He just needs not to care. He needs to say, you know what? I care too much. Now I don't care at all.
That's what Homeland. Yeah, go in that direction. I gave you everything. You guys, like, you know, that turning on me where he's still trying to be a good guy, and then he just at the end of every interview in the back, he's just like, man, screw him. Fuck. Oh, he needs to go on. He needs to drop an F-bomb or something. And then in the ring, he comes out the ring, and it's like
he said N-word.
No. Hey, yo.
I'd be at the crib like Cody.
I'll be at the NAACP offices on first thing in the morning.
Cody.
Like this nigga tripping. What? I'll file a divorce petition for his wife. Like, I know you ain't staying with this motherfucker.
After Cody needs something.
Now it's us.
I just don't know what it is. He needs something. So
he's in that space where Roman was. Let's not forget we used to.
He need to come out whatever city they in and be like, Jacksonville. I don't care what you want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like, just put different spins on what he does now. I don't care what you want to talk about. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I am. This is who I am.
I think that will work good for Cody, and I think that even that slight variation would start to help the heel turn. But he needs that heel turn. Remember, Roman needed it too. Roman used to come out there.
He need to start shitting on everything that people know him for. Hey, my dad didn't do it. I'm not my dad. I'm better than him. I'm a beautiful nightmare. Like, you just need to talk some shit.
I'm a beautiful nightmare.
I'm a beautiful nightmare.
I'm a beautiful. You got him on some Kanye shit. I'm a beautiful nightmare.
Yeah, the Usos are coming back. I don't know what how the severity of Jimmy Uso's injury is, but we will see the Usos back again.
Yo, big facts. Big facts. And I think that with Jimmy and with Jimmy being out, I thought he would have came back already. Or even out tonight with Roman. Once Roman gets jumped, I think that's when they'll start to bring out Jimmy. Because
you think Jimmy Uso gets a pop when he runs out to help? Like a genuine "we missed you" pop, not somebody's helping Roman pop.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest, bro. Zach Gowen could get a pop if he ran out. Well, he only had one leg, but if he ran out there, he'd probably get a pop. Or if he hopped out
the
there,
one leg dude that was doing moonsaults that Brock Lesnar beat the shit out of.
Why they do that to that motherfucker, bro?
The man had one leg, and Brock Lesnar I guess it was an F2.5 because it wasn't a 5.
Yo, not only has Brock Lesnar beat every single black WWE champion
Brock
for the,
Lesnar, a wild man.
he also beat the only handicap motherfucker WWE ever had, the only one-legged star
He
they've
punched
ever had.
he punched Braun Strowman in the face. Didn't he split Randy Orton's face open?
Yeah, Brock is a villain in
It
for
was
real
either
life.
Randy or Seth.
No,
Somebody
it was
he caught.
Brock. I mean, it was Brock. What a dumb motherfucker I am. It was Randy.
He caught him with an elbow. Like he was beating the shit
He
out of Randy
continuously did
Orton.
it. They didn't know if it was a work or not. People were mad. Him and Chris Jericho got into it about that.
He ground and
Backstage, for real.
pounded the shit out of Randy Orton. Brock Lesnar is like a bull in the china shop, bro. There's no controlling him.
Brock threw his ass down the yo, chill out. Polo. Brock threw his ass down the stairs in a wheelchair.
Bro, Brock Lesnar. And he took Mark Merrill woman.
And he took the fucking streak. Like this nigga is a savage.
Bro,
You
I
gotta
was
stop
there
it.
in New Orleans when the streak happened. Like, I can't even describe the feeling of shock that everybody had in the. We were just sitting there in shock. Y'all saw the dude with the eyes, like
Yeah.
that was a legit feeling, and we didn't know what happened. We was kind of like, was that real? Was it a botch? Was he not supposed to win? It was.
No,
I
I'm
was
gonna tell
there
you,
in person for that.
I'm gonna give you a behind the scenes like numbers thing, right? I know motherfuckers be like, I'm so tired of this motherfucker and his numbers.
That's all.
What numbers? But like, that was the very first. That's the difference between pay per view and PLE. That Brock Lesnar move, and I'll explain it. That was the very first pay per view done under a PLE format because they just got the WWE Network. It was the very first event. It was free if you have the WWE Network subscribed.
What event you talking about?
That WrestleMania.
30?
That WrestleMania 30, where Brock beats the streak. That streak
I didn't watch it on TV. I was there.
But shout out to you.
I'm still in that name Japan the Dime, by the way. So
Brock, you don't have to sell the pay-per-view anymore. Pay-per-views were a big thing. Remember, these cost 40, 50,
no, because it's there already. Yeah.
It's there already. And guess what they did? The first chance they got, they took the streak out because that was one of the stuff you had. Now you got
that was a
wild
WrestleMania. That was the streak. That was the day the Shield. Billy Gunn had his spleen lacerated or something. He got hurt.
Wow. Hey Polo, I see you. We don't never forget Brock Lesnar dethroned every black champ. He's the only person. What is Rock, Bobby Lashley,
Kofi
Kingston, and Big E all have in common? They all dropped the WWE title to Brock Lesnar.
He's the real boogeyman. I'll talk about Kendrick Lamar. Brock Lesnar's the boogeyman.
He's a nightmare.
Sometimes you got to pop out and he wrote that line for Kendrick. But SmackDown was a good show. We starting to go live during the main event so we could just get on with y'all. Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. If you're not following the YouTube, please do, because there's a lot of stuff on the YouTube and it's a lot happening on YouTube. And on YouTube, for those who don't know, we have a Booker T interview coming, and we have an interview with the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. Bret the Hitman Hart is on this show. We shot the interview, it's done. When you start seeing the trailers for it, you start seeing the trailers for the Booker T interview. We're just trying to figure out when to drop it. When y'all want us to drop the Booker T and Bret Hart interviews, let us know.
Steve Hen. I cool, I got you, but why we need Ken Shamrock, bro? I don't think we need Ken Shamrock unless he's gonna come back in some form of capacity to manage or to.
I don't know if Shamrock can even still wrestle how he used to.
I don't think he can.
World's most
old
man. Yeah,
he was in UFC 1 before the Dana White purchase and all that
damage to the body. He took
the
before
moves
becoming a
was
wrestler.
different. They didn't even have rounds. Go back and watch some early UFCs with Tank Abbott, Dan Severn,
Iceman, Chuck Liddell, man, that was my guy,
bro. And this is like 10 years before them.
Dan Severn was fire. The Beast.
And Dan Severn came to WWE too.
The Beast.
NWA as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that was the fire show. Only thing I can say is I loved how the show ended. With the loofah. I can't think of that shit.
Fowler, Lua Fowler.
But
We gotta figure out what it is.
I'm gonna keep
Ula
calling it a loofah.
Fowler. I'm saying it wrong. I'm sure.
My mama called it a loofah, so I'm gonna call it a loofah. But I mean, somebody. Oh no, where he
I'm
go?
here. I'm still
Oh
here.
shit. Okay.
I'm still
I
here.
see you, but I don't see you. But I
You
see
know what
you.
I'm doing. You know I'm adjusting.
Polo Ride 24. Shout out to you, Dan Severin and Steve Blackman. And Steve Blackman's a funny guy, but they say he was a martial artist for real. So I would have liked to see him work with some different talent too. Dan Severin specifically, as you point out. But I do think that the show ended strong, and that's a good thing because fucking SmackDown has been very.
They needed a good one. It's been like they've been on like a 3-4 week slide.
Yeah, and it finally heated up tonight. But my thing is too, um, they even though we got the rest of the show wasn't very strong, and I feel like you need to do something. LA Knight segment was cool with LA Knight.
LA Night.
His promo is fire. He's always great with a mic, but I do like the fact they got mid tier titles. Andrade and Escobar Santos. I thought Andrade was gonna win, but Carmelo messed it up. And did we talk about that match or did I skip it?
You skipped it.
Oh my bad. You said what else? We had Andrade and Santos Escobar, and yeah, that was a decent little match. But Santos Escobar won because it was first it was a promo for LA Knight.
Santos Escobar don't need to win more than
Andrade.
Andrade. Andrade is he's a speed champ, but he needs to win. If you come back, you need to win, bro. On TV, not on Twitter.
But here's what I think they're doing, right? Because they were two of the standouts from that Money in the Bank ladder match.
They've been
Those
standouts before that, though.
no, I'm saying like that match because it was for the world title opportunity, right?
And if that's the reason they're there, they need to reference it and show it and talk about it. Like,
well, they're doing it now. They're doing it via feud with each other. And I think that's how they're showcasing him because not a lot of people are on TV on SmackDown. They only
bro,
got 2
Escobar
hours.
been cold for a long time.
I would say he's been cold because he's been on
Escobar.
SmackDown week after week after week after week after week with the Legado, the Dados, with the
Legado del Fantasma. I don't mean he hot.
I mean they're putting him on TV.
Hey,
they got something. They had something planned for him. We'll say it like that. But also the crowd constantly chanting, "You suck." It felt like he don't belong there all of a sudden this week.
so
And him getting the victory kind of made like I thought he did because I've mentioned him a few times along with Andrade. These are good mid-tier guys. Andrade can compete for a world title, maybe be a transitional champion for like 2 weeks, drop it, pick it up, drop it. But Carmelo Hayes cost him, so I think we're gonna get a feud there. I think the payoff will be the LA Knight feud for whoever comes out of that, and then at least they're building contenders for their mid-tier, which I'm happy to see. But and then Santos Escobar will keep LA Knight busy at Bash in Berlin probably. And LA Knight will have his hands full as he tries to restore glory back to that title.
he won't.
Who are you talking about, Zell?
He won't.
Oh, you talking about Ken Shamrock. Ken Shamrock was awesome when he was in his prime in WWE.
Ken Shamrock was fine. That was somebody I was legit afraid of as a kid.
He was the person that made people start tapping.
Ken Shamrock has a very, very interesting story about his childhood, and how he was adopted in the foster homes and that kind of thing. And he said he was taught that, and this is something I teach my son, how sport and fighting helped him. He said because he was like erratic and wild and had problems, behavior problems, rage, and I mean, he's a UFC fighter. Clearly something there. He said he was taught that the person that saved his life was his mentor and taught him that you can do whatever you want to do in your sport as long as it's within the rules. So do it. Take your frustrations out with the world, your anger, but do it within the rules of sport. And that's how he said sport and fighting really saved him. Is that his story is very intriguing and very interesting. I forgot what podcast I listened to him talk about his life on, but it was very, very, very good. And it was a good listen. But yeah, Ken Shamrock is G.
Yeah, definitely taking no shit shots. But he's the one who introduced the tap out. Because remember before, They used to submit by just verbally saying it to the ref, and a lot of
He used to
times,
wear the
90% of the
draws with
time,
the gloves, with the
matter of
padded
fact,
gloves.
95% of the time, you never heard him say "I quit" or "I give up" because they would say that for an "I quit" match where they would put the mic to him. So it was very whack.
He had that belly to belly, and he had the ankle lock.
Yeah, he was the one who started the ankle lock. I mean, his submission was different. He also did the Lions Den match, but that didn't catch. But with Owen Hart, but at the end, he introduced the tap out, and that's why we have tap outs now because it's a
Naomi
clear
was glowing.
it's a clear sign to the audience.
Who had a
that
better ankle lock, Ken Shamrock or
Ken
Kurt Angle?
Shamrock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kurt Angle is a Greco-Roman wrestler whose ankle lock was dope. Ken Shamrock, I wouldn't be fucking with because he would literally has made people tapped out
His
for a living.
aggression, bro. That like he was very believable in that ring.
What was my man's name? Dan Pooter. He almost broke Kurt Angle arm. That wouldn't happen to Ken Shamrock because he's a shoot fight. He's a Greco-Roman wrestler. They don't do you have Greco-Roman wrestlers in UFC do well typically. But if you're not used to that style,
I
you
was
can
a
get caught off
I was a
guard.
Greco-Roman wrestler.
Yeah, a lot of people when they're in like my shout out to my man Ramon Tavares and everything he got going on. He almost had to fight at he did have to fight at UFC 3304, but he had to pull out due to injury. And he was one of my son's mentors for when he started his boxing. Wrestlers rule the world, and there's a lot of guys I can actually name now. I'm thinking about, but anyway, we're not going to go into that because
that's why I got into wrestling, and that's what piqued my interest in Krav Maga was Daniel Cormier. He's a wrestler, and that was the style he trained in, and that's what piqued my interest in all of that stuff. So
yeah, so but I expect if you tell me who I had to fight, Prime, Kurt Angle, Ken Shamrock, I'm gonna pick Kurt Angle. Fuck that. Fuck that. I
what
mean, he
about
might.
Kurt Angle?
I'll take Ken Shamrock.
Good show, decent show. What's weird is this was a better show than the past month going into SummerSlam.
That's what makes me leery. What's gonna happen with Roman? Is he gonna end up going to Netflix? Even if he doesn't,
I don't want us to have to sit through 2 hours of other stuff before we get to Roman at the end of every SmackDown.
Well, I think LA Knight's gonna start heating things up
Like
for his
yeah,
segment.
but that's only one. We still got another hour and 30 minutes to sit through.
You know what's crazy? If Raw cut down to 2 hours, it would be crazy because Raw is like everything they got going on with the Judgment Day with Liv and Rhea.
It's like, man, I don't want to appetize. I'm ready to order. I'm ready to eat. Bring me my food. I don't want to sit through this. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm with you. When you compare Raw and all the fire matchups they got and storylines,
hey, Zell, if I told you my life, all the things I've listen, all the things I've done, all the people I've met, you would not believe anything I tell you. You would not believe it. But I have documentation on everything.
Bro.
Yeah,
I was a wrestler working so much rap.
All in one night. All in one.
Yo, I'm ready to get up out of here, bro.
Yeah, peace to all of y'all. Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, thank you. Good SmackDown. Well, I don't know if we drop. What we dropping Sunday?
Shit, I don't
we gotta
know.
Talk.
Podcast chief's not here.
Yeah, we gotta talk to DNA. Yeah. We gotta talk to Boss Man.
He's
on every day on After Air Podcast, you get content. 7 days a week, you get new and live content. On Sunday, we drop interviews. Monday, we do the Raw recap. Tuesdays, the NXT recap. Wednesday is Double Up, our series Double Up. We just did a whole show about Double Up. Go check that out. Thursday is Gaming with the Gang. I think we might be about to start the official Attitude Era Podcast Twitch channel, where you can game with us because we just game casually now with y'all. Shout out to people that do tap in and game with us on Thursdays. Fridays, a SmackDown recap. And Saturday, if it's a PLE, we do predictions and recap during the main event of the PLE, right into the show. That's something every day of the week through Azure Podcast. And if it's something to talk about, breaking news, something to review, we do that too. We did all the recent Who Killed WCWs, WrestleMania 40 reviews, all that good stuff. So, but yes, the Bret Hart interview is shot. Just gotta release it. The Booker T interview is shot. Gotta release it. And we might have something coming with Joe Hendry. So I said his name, so he gotta appear, right? So that's Attitude Era Podcast. Follow us on all social medias. At the Archie Carter. You can find me if you like nerdcore rap. If you like more wrestling content, if you like gaming content, follow me at the Archie Carter on Instagram and TikTok. We'll tell you my YouTube, but I'm on strike. They hit me with a strike, so I'm in YouTube jail. That's King HP, Hall Preezy Universe. He does the Marvel and movie content. And we have our own series coming soon to you guys called, what is it called? They Got Us. So we have
right now you can still check that out on the Patreon. It is up there. Episode 3 did just drop.
We got They Got Us. HP has his own thing called Near Fall. I'm just ratting right now. Near Fall.
No, I see. I'm like, what the hell? He telling
I have something coming. It's called Cold Food. So we got in the next few weeks. DNA got something he doing too. Rapping, battle rap.
Yeah, just snitching. Time out.
I'm telling you.
Before I forget.
We just got. Go ahead.
I did say if we hit 100 viewers, we would do it, and then I said at the beginning I would announce it at the end. So I'm not gonna say I got an offer because that makes it sound like it came from the WWE. I had a homie hit me
and
up.
I accepted it. Y'all can catch me at Pro Wrestling 225 in 2 weeks.
That's a fact, though. That's a fact.
We out here.
Right now, I have started my workout routines for an opportunity to try to go to the performance center and try to get this thing to do something. Now, the thing about it is, obviously, I could clearly get rejected. They might be like, "Hey, get your little ass up out of here," right? Or they might say, "No, you get to do a tryout," right? But we're gonna try to chronicle it, and then those videos will start to come out whenever they do. So, but I just would like, it's gonna be a 1 year because me and my homeboy are gonna try to do it. So, but any videos released will all be on here on the Attitude Era Podcast. But you got to try some things, you know what I'm saying, and see what it's like to follow the journey, right? And one part of the journey is the end, but there's the whole middle part. So we'll be bringing
what he's saying is he got an opportunity. He got to get in shape. It's gonna take him about a year, but he gonna get in shape, and he going to the performance center.
It's gonna be less than a year, but for wrestling shape, it's different because it's not boxing, so it's not like
you gotta hit that mat. He going to NXT for a tryout.
We're gonna try it out, and the timeline. What's this? August. So essentially by next summer, it might be a little bit before then, but y'all will know because when it'll start coming to you on here on podcast.
All right, I got a question for you. Then we're gonna leave. Follow us on all our social medias. Follow the Instagram, because I said in the next 2 weeks or so, you're gonna see the Bret Hart interview. You're gonna see the Booker T interview. There's gonna be some things you're gonna see. You're gonna see some things differently moving. Some new shows, some new content. Same crew though. D. Archie Carter, DNA, Gamage, HP, same crew. Just some it's about to get more lit. But appreciate y'all tapping in. Here's my question to you, HP.
Yes, sir.
What's your ring gear gonna be like? You gonna be a draws guy, a trunks guy, a tights guy? What is your ring gear?
Nah, it would always be some form of trunks or a different type of attire. Probably fatigues. I would probably use that.
you going New Jack and Mustafa on?
Yeah, I probably would because me being militant is very easy to do. Being that, you know what I'm saying, so many years of experience.
You could be Farouk, I'll be Kama. We just need to find us a deal and a rock.
I would probably clearly shave my beard as well, which is crazy because I look hella young when I do it. So that is what it is. But
HP and the camo draws. I like it. What Martin said.
Not draws, bro. I can't do it. I can't.
You gotta wear the Speedo. You gotta float in your leopards sometimes.
I can't.
On that note, we getting up out of here. Shout out to all y'all in the chat. Shout out to YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. If no breaking news happens over the weekend, we will see y'all Sunday with a brand
Absolutely fucking not.
We're gonna drop a brand new interview Sunday, and we'll be back Monday with the Monday Night Raw recap. During the main event of Raw, we go live, and like always, move that HP. I want the people to see my. Hit me at the Archie Carter on Instagram or TikTok with your content, because I want to check out what y'all do. Y'all check out what we do. I want to check out what y'all do, and that's about it. I'm the Archie Carter. That's King HP. We will see y'all Sunday, Monday. We just gonna see y'all. And if DNA was here, HP, what would he say?
Good night.
Peace.